everybody, this is Sherry Starr here, Certified Life, Health, and Happiness Coach, and I'm here. It's Wednesday at noon Pacific, and that's why I'm here. It's Wellness Wednesday. Every Wednesday I come to you for live free mini trainings on all things to create wellness in your life. Now, I am here, although I am a little bit under the weather. I'm starting to get better, so happy, but if you notice I have a little congestion. I guess I should have called this Sickness Wednesday instead of Wellness Wednesday, but I'm almost better. Even health coaches get colds sometimes, but I do have lots of ways to make it faster, to get it out of my system quicker. But, let me tell you, it feels good to feel better today. I'm just so happy that you're here with me. And today we're going to talk about your buddy systems. Now, what I mean by that is having a person or multiple people in your life that are helping you to reach your goals. Now, when we were kids, we had a buddy system. You know, when we would get off the bus or something like that, we would have a person that would help us to not get lost. And I think as adults, we have a similar situation. We don't want to get lost on the way to our goals. And I find for me that when I have a buddy in my life working toward my goals with me, that I definitely achieve my goals better. And this is part of the reason why I created a group. I created a live, online, free Facebook group for women. It's called Sherry Starr Wellness Warriors. If you're not already a member, please Google that and ask for a spot in that group. We've got almost 200 women in there right now, and the intention of this group is to have a support system and a group of women who are trying to do something in their life, step up for something big in their life. And it doesn't have to be the same goal as yours, but something where you can support each other to become the best version of yourself. So that's what that's all about. And that's why I created the group, because for me, buddy systems really work. So today I want to talk about what a buddy system is, why it's important, and how to implement one into your life so that you can achieve all the goals that you have. All right, so you guys ready to get started? Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about why you need a buddy system. So this is important because if you are the only one to keep yourself accountable, sometimes it is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit hard to stay focused on your goal. When we talk about ways to achieve goals, you need to have, one of the things you need to have is a commitment. You need to have a strong commitment. And one of the ways to have a strong commitment is to let somebody else in on your commitment and recruit them to be part of your team. So that's what I believe is really a powerful, impactful tool to have in your toolbox when you're thinking about trying to go for a goal. And you can tell if you need a buddy system if you maybe aren't quite committing to your goals the way that you want to. Maybe you're sometimes going for them, like say you want to exercise regularly and you do it a few days a week, and that's great. But then for some reason you find yourself just kind of sliding off the wagon and you're forgetting your goals. So if you catch yourself forgetting the goal that you set for yourself, this is where a buddy system can really be helpful. And for me, it definitely works. I know for the women in my groups, it definitely works. So this is why it's important, because if you're going to flake on yourself, it's much easier, right? If it's early in the morning and the alarm goes off and you had already said, I want to go to the park and I'm going to run the steps and I'm going to run the hills, I'm going to do my push-ups, but it's cold outside and you're cozy in your bed and you feel like it's just not the day you want to get up and do that, right? Who would want to do that? Well, it's much easier if you have somebody at the park waiting for you. If you have a buddy, or at least a buddy who is texting you, asking you, did you get up out of the bed and get to the park like you said you would? So that's what a buddy system can do for you, is it's much easier to flake on yourself and just go back and hide into the covers and just pretend like you never really committed that to yourself. But if you have a friend or a buddy at the gym or at the park or somewhere else, if that's your goal, it's going to be much easier to stick to that goal. Okay, so this is the power of having a group of like-minded people. And this is why I love to have this group that we have, the Sherry Starr Wellness Warriors. And also in my group coaching, I do a course that's called Eat, Play, Thrive Sessions. And that's a 3-month course. And that is where we can stick together for 3 months and really help each other get to those goals that we've set for ourselves. Okay, so that's why you want to have a buddy system. It's super important to be one more level of certainty that you can get to your goal, because you don't want to rely on willpower all the time. It's much better if you can rely on other people, that you guys can help each other and keeping your focus on what's important to you. Okay, so it doesn't have to be the same goal too. When you're talking about a buddy system, I just want to reiterate this point that it doesn't have to be, that everyone has the same goal. I might have a relationship goal. Maybe I want to deepen my relationship, or someone else might have a money goal. They want to save $1,000 in their savings account. It doesn't have to be the same goal, but having a bunch of people together in a group supporting each other in the goal, that's the key. All right. And so the point of all of it is for accountability and encouragement and support and inspiration, because oftentimes, have you guys felt this way before, where you've got somebody else in a group and you're noticing they're really doing something big? Maybe they're writing a book and you see, oh, they've got a sneak peek of a chapter, and you've always wanted to write a book and you're thinking, gosh, I really wish that I could do that too. Well, if you reached out to that person and said, hey, what if we're buddies? What if we hold each other accountable? Or could you just help to keep me accountable, every week, something like that. That's where the magic happens, because you can definitely grow stronger together. It's really, really important to have that group. Okay, so how do you know if you need a buddy system? It's if you find yourself falling off of your commitment. So if you've noticed that for yourself, maybe it's time to get a buddy system. All right, and then how to implement it. Here we go. So if you have a pen and paper, this might be a good time to take it out. But the way to implement this buddy system is multiple ways, but it depends on your goal. So I would say number one, the tip would be to go to the places where the people that hang out at these places are people who are either wanting to or currently doing the goal that you hold. So for instance, if you have a goal that you'd like to start painting, you can recruit buddies by going to maybe a wine and painting night, and just start reaching out and talking to people there and seeing if they want to get together for more nights like that. If you have a goal to do yoga, obviously, if you went to a yoga studio, that would be a great way to recruit buddies, but don't stop there. The way to really get this implemented in your life is to reach out to those people and hang out with those people, hanging out with the 5 people that you would like to become like, or that you admire certain things about them, or that they have goals that are similar to yours. They say that that your destiny is more determined by the 5 people that you spend the most time with, more than genetics, more than your history and your family. So that's pretty powerful. So if you're wanting to become, a yoga person where you're doing yoga regularly, then spend time there. And then reach out to the people that are there and see if you guys can make dates together. Are you going to the class on Thursday? That's what I do, and that really helps me, because I tend to have lots of excuses, like everybody does. And even though my goal is very important to me, I sometimes will have excuses. But since I have a strong buddy system in place, I've got girls texting me saying, are you going to the class tonight? That's a great way to make sure that you continue to do it. Okay, so if you have relationship goals, I just wanted to add this. Say, for instance, you're single and you want to find your true love. Then I would say hang around with other people who have the kinds of relationships that you admire. People that already have what you would like to have. That's a great way to be inspired. And then they can help you. Maybe they have friends that they can hook you up with or something like that. But if you're hanging out with a bunch of people who don't really want a relationship and they're not really acting as if they want relationships, then it might be time to find an extra little buddy system for that particular goal. All right. And then another thing is to commit to a challenge together. So this is why in the group we like to do the 5-day challenges and the 30-day challenges, because if you have a couple friends that are doing a challenge together, it is much easier to focus on a short-term goal. And then you can always do another short-term goal and another short-term goal. Pretty soon, you've made some huge shifts. So 5-day challenges are happening every month in my group, the Sherry Star Wellness Warriors. And recently we've got this one member of our group, Theresa. We'll do a little shout out to Theresa. She had a goal and she really wanted to have somebody else enrolled in her goal. So I put it out there to you guys, and I went ahead and printed out this calendar. So as you can see, this is why buddy systems are so important. Even I really rely on this. So I printed out a calendar. The X's indicate the days that I did my goal. My goal was to do yoga every day. I'm working towards being able to do my splits gently. I'm not forcing it, but anyway. And also low sugar. I like eating low sugar, and so it just reminds me if I focus in on a 30-day time frame. So Theresa and I and a few others, I think, also said they were going to do this, but we went ahead and said, yes, we're going to commit to 30 days of whatever our goal is. So as you can see, I started out strong. I did my, 1, 2, 3, I did tons of days in a row, no problem. And then I hit day 13 and I took a day off. That was a conscious thing I did. I was feeling really sore from doing yoga every day, and I just needed a day off. So you can see I went back to it the next couple days, but then I got sick, and it did hurt to put my head upside down, but also my friend came to town. I had all kinds of excuses to not do what I committed to. Now, if I didn't have this goal, and if I didn't have my buddy system, there's a really good chance that today I wouldn't have done this. But I did, because I know that I'm not the only one that's holding me accountable. And this is a really important goal for me. I want yoga to be a regular part of my life. And so you can see all those circles means days I did not do yoga. So the reason why this is important is because, look, now imagine that the rest of the days of the month have the X. That means that this system worked because I've done yoga way more days than I did not do yoga. And I probably have done so much more than if I never made this commitment at all, and if I didn't have a buddy system. So this is just proof to me that this works, and I'm hoping that you implement it as well. And then another thing, if you feel like you've been doing this, okay, you've got your buddy system, things are going forward, but not to the extent that you're wanting, you can definitely take it to the next level. And this is where I would encourage you to join my Eat, Play, Thrives sessions group. This is a 3-month course, and it's online. It's live once a week. We get together on a live call. Every week there are lessons that you're learning on your own. They're videotaped lessons that you can print out the worksheets and learn the lessons on your own. But it's kind of like, I'm considering this kind of like a summer camp for adults. So for women, adults, you send your kids off to summer camp and they learn skills and tools to make them better in whatever area they're focusing on. Now, this is something that we can do as well. By the time you leave this 3-month course, you will have chosen a goal and you will have achieved that goal. And you're going to have a whole group of women helping to support you with this. Now, it starts July 6th, and there will be much more information coming on this. But if you do want more information now, you can go to eatplaythrivesessions.com and check it out, or you can go to my website, sherrystarwellness.com, and there's a lot of information there on that. But there are already some women ready to go. We're going to commit to 3 months. Now, the reason why this is so exciting is because no matter what your goal is, if it's a health goal, if it's a body goal, if it's a self-love goal, a relationship goal, exercise, whatever it is, maybe it's a boundaries goal. Maybe you've been wanting to really enforce some boundaries in your life, but you just don't have the tools or the courage yet. This is where it can be really helpful to have a whole group of women supporting you on your way. So I will talk more about that in the coming weeks, but I just want to let you know that is one way to ensure that your buddy system stays in place. And then also, if you wanted to, you can always hire a coach for one-on-one, and I'm always available for that. So one-on-one coaching would look like once a week we get together either in person or like this on FaceTime or Skype. And we're able to spend about an hour, hour and a half together and really diving deep into whatever is important to you. And this is where people make really big shifts, where they can find this safe space, and it's just a place where we can I can support you to grow in whatever area that you're needing it. And I have lots of tools to do that, and it's just really powerful. I love my clients so much. I was just thinking of one. I just had a call with her yesterday, and such a powerful woman and such a powerful session that we had. So anyway, those are ways to enforce your buddy system. But I encourage you, and I'm going to put this out to you as a call to action. What step will you take this week to commit to implementing your buddy system? Whether you're going to reach out to a friend to go for walks every week, or you're going to join a yoga studio and really start talking to the people there, or maybe you already joined a yoga studio and you want to just start making some relationships. Maybe you start just talking more to the people there, or maybe you'll start your project, whatever it is. But get somebody enrolled. If you need it to be me, I'm happy to do that. So just come over to Sherry Star Wellness Warriors and let us know what it is that you'd like us to hold you accountable for and support you in and be there for you, because that is what it's about. You know, women, empowering women, it really does equal the magic that we're looking for. So I hope that was helpful. Go ahead and join the conversation over at Sherry Star Wellness Warriors, and I can't wait to see you next Wednesday. Bye.